Have you ever found yourself tangled in a web of JSON trying to rename properties in an object? It can be a real headache, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to simplify the process of renaming properties in an array of objects. I totally get it. Renaming properties in a JSON object can feel overwhelming, especially when you have a long list of properties to deal with. You're not alone in this struggle. Many developers face the same challenge. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, how can I rename the property of an object inside an array without listing all the other properties? They provided an input JSON and expected output, but they want a more efficient way to handle it. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this together. So, what's the issue here? The user wants to rename the car name property to name without having to mention every other property in the rule. This is especially important when dealing with large objects that have many properties. Let's explore how we can achieve this. And stick around. I have a neat trick at the end that will make your JSON manipulation even easier. You won't want to miss it. To rename the property car name to name without mentioning all other properties, the user can utilize a specific syntax in their transformation rule. This allows for selective renaming while keeping the rest of the properties intact. Next, the user should ensure that the transformation rule is applied correctly to all objects within the array. This means that if there are multiple objects, the rule will still function as intended. Additionally, the user can use a more advanced approach by leveraging a mapping function. This function can iterate through the array and rename the property dynamically, allowing for greater flexibility. Finally, the user should test the output to confirm that the property has been renamed correctly while preserving all other properties. This can be done by logging the result to the console. Fun fact, did you know that JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation? It's a lightweight format that's easy for humans to read and write, and easy for machines to parse and generate. Pretty cool, right? Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using the JQ command to rename the car name property to name while preserving the order of the keys. Their approach utilizes the withEntries function to specifically target the key you want to change. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative solution provided by another user involves using the JQ command. They suggest using the pipe operator to modify each object in the description array. The if-then block checks for the presence of the car name key, and if it exists, it creates a new key called name with the value from car name. Finally, the del function removes the original car name key from the objects. Now, let's see a response from a different user. An alternative approach shared by another user involves using the += operator. This method allows you to rename the car name property to name without having to specify all other properties. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative solution provided by another user involves using the JQ command with the withEntries function. This method allows you to rename the car name property to name while preserving the order of the properties without needing to list all of them. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using the JQ command with the withEntries function. This approach allows you to rename the car name property to name without needing to specify all other properties. Here's the neat trick I promised. Always use destructuring when working with objects in JavaScript. It makes your code cleaner and helps avoid errors when renaming properties. And there you have it. You can now rename properties in your JSON objects with ease. Remember, using destructuring can save you a lot of time and effort. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips, and don't forget to check out our next video for more JSON tricks.